Hello, my name is Shelley and welcome back for another bit of Curtain Steel in Supreme Ruler Ultimate. In previous episode we were mostly just digging in further in the Corsica region, but right now things are quite clear over there. So we got our invasion fleet for Madagascar. We got quite a bit of troops waiting in Somaliland as well. And when I say quite a bit, it's like about half the troops that we had still sitting in Algeria. So that should help quite a bit, I hope. But let's just go ahead and get started with the invasion then. So we'll take up some of the infantry squads over here. We should be able to land over there, so we'll just bring in the ships a little bit closer. We can also bring in these ships maybe a little bit closer. Is that one? That one should probably go all the way there, because this one is a light forest. So we can land there, then we can go for the assault on the city. It does have a full set of garrisons, but I'm sure that we'll manage to clear it out. Plus we got the ships providing some support, at least the heavy ships. Or the capital ships rather. So whatever infantry the French have there is not going to last all that long. Actually bring all of these closer as well, if we need to land more troops. We probably don't have to. But it probably doesn't hurt either. Now we don't really want to land too much troops there. Or if we don't manage to get the nation to surrender with just one set of troops landing, we'll unload there. And they activated the garrison. How much are we damaging the garrisons per bombardment? It's not too much, but I think these are well supplied for the time being. They got the full combat time at least, and they got all the supplies needed, so they should be able to get in here, and they might be able to just clear out the garrison. So they've lost already one garrison from there, thanks to all the bombardment. We're doing a lot of trading in the meanwhile, which is good. What is actually our treaty integrity by now? It is 63.9%. And there we go, the combat has started. I don't think they have a lot of military goods actually, so that is quite a relief. Mexico and USA have formed an alliance. Okay. Now we're taking a little bit of damage with the infantry here, but not too bad. Problem with this town is, or this capital that they have here, is that it doesn't have a port. So I'm kind of actually hoping that it doesn't surrender the entire nation yet, but rather we just take that and then we'll build up a pier there. And we might actually go ahead and land on that island next, because that one does have a port, so we can just pick up the troops afterwards. So start sending these elsewhere, because that is basically done for, and we'll see what happens with the nation itself. We got $6,000 from it. Alright, that wasn't all that much in their treasury then. Not that I'm surprised. Right, but we do have a pretty good blockade in Gibraltar right now. Or Gibraltar and Suez. In Gibraltar we got two sets of submarines, although we've actually had to send some of them back home, or to be resupplied, so we can actually send these ones back, I suppose. Reserve facility complete. Oh, there we go. We got the radar in Corsica. We're losing a little bit of territory, but that is actually a good thing. Oh, bring a merchant marine here. Let's park the submarines in front of that port then. Oh, they did manage to land it there. With an artillery piece as well. Well, we'll bombard it to the hell and back. Now, we can start building the sea pier in here. I don't think we necessarily need to have a port in here. Just a pier. And it will at least help the nation. Well, I suppose it doesn't help that much in the end once we liberate the country again. But right now it's not too bad. So that is going to take... It's only 25 days actually. I was expecting a lot more. We could land in troops directly there, so we don't land in the city itself. But we'll just take these over there. And we could probably bring in the heavier stuff already in. But once we've taken this, we can start landing in Madagascar. It's probably going to be somewhere here in the north. Take that port and airfield first, and then from there start slowly moving south. We might have to build a bit of road network there just to, you know, get the supplies moving and all that sort of stuff. So I don't think Madagascar is going to be all that quick, mostly due to the lack of supplies. But let's go ahead and pick up another group of infantry in here to unload. There's going to be immediate combat. But we do have the combat all supplies here for the units. So I think it will be alright. The combat is going quite nicely, and I've seen that our population is increasing quite a bit these days. That's definitely good news. We'll just keep that port open for now. Or, well, I say open, but we got it blockaded. But like, let the enemies try to land in there for now. We might actually have to leave some troops for both of the, all of these ports to make sure that the enemy doesn't just land in there and take it once it's been liberated. Although, I don't know if they are gonna stay as, or in the war against the French then, or not. Probably not. Now that I think of it. Let's also speed up a little bit because we still need to wait for that one. Now we do have a bit more troops here that we could land, but do we have an extra... Got a bit of infantry there. Oh, we shall liberate. And then immediately ask for a full transit treaty. Enemy falls. Research breakthrough. We got improved radars. Okay, that should unlock some more plane types. At least in theory, maybe not in this category, but it should be somewhere in like the GD bombers, maybe. Actually, not necessarily. There is some things that were unlocked regarding maybe patrol. Yeah, over here it does help at least a little bit. It doesn't fully unlock that though. But yeah, we got that. Do we have any more rockets, by the way, that we could research? Not particularly good ones, I don't think. So I'm not going to focus too heavily on the rockets. But hey, at least we got a new nation to join our faction here. And they are at war with North Vietnam still. Okay. Well, that's not too bad then. In that case, we can actually just bring these here. Did we actually get the... no, we didn't actually get the... Oh, now it's a counter offer. For 56 million. Alright, I'll give you that money. And we'll actually move these back here. Oh, there's more French moving past. Actually, we don't necessarily want to be right next to the capital ships if the enemy... Right, where are they bringing the troops, though? Because they got some in somewhere in Asia that they're sailing forward. Or in here, or might even be from Reunion, maybe? That's also something that we should probably go ahead and capture. So I suppose what I could do is I could take these troops, load it into one of the transports again. And then just go take a Reunion next. Let's just go over this way. I don't know if we have the range to do that, but, you know, it's just covering the bases, so to speak. Although, actually, the one that doesn't have any troops, I'm just going to leave you behind. So that once we have the port in there, we can pick up the troops and land them into this city. I suppose, is there... No, there's only that city in that, okay. Right, so you're part of the Warsaw Pact. Can we get some more, like, non-aggression pact, perhaps? Maybe line of sight treaty. But they are technically at war with Vietnam, but I don't think Vietnam is going to be sending anyone in here. It should be fairly safe for them. Ah, we got a new interceptor research. Excellent. We're about a month away from the environmental recognition. We did get a few techs between the episodes. I don't remember all of them, quite frankly. But yeah, we got a little bit forward in there. We are actually started researching the Spetsnaz, or upgraded Spetsnaz already. And we're not far from getting the modern helicopters into the research queue, or from the research queue. So that's going to be quite useful. And of course, once we get the robotic assembly lines, we still need to get the industrial infrastructure, but we are already getting the magnetometers, which is one of the, well, it's the prerequisite tech for the high performance composites. And then once we get this, that's going to be extra 20% production from the finished goods. So that's all the military and industrial and consumer goods. Which is going to be quite useful. 160 million, okay. Sure. You're really driving a hard bargain. You don't really actually produce anything either. Well, you might produce a little bit of food and electricity and such, but not a lot. How close are we getting that? That's 23 days, so that's still going to take a while. Let's just go ahead and speed up a little bit more. So I suspect that this will take quite some time. We could maybe have these resupply over there. We'll have the submarines blockade this port in for the time being. And then we can probably keep these somewhere in... We'll put it on the other side, just so that they're a little bit separated for the time being. But yeah, now these are  So I think we'll be fine sending them down this way. And they will just liberate Reunion. There we go, so we've got treaty integrity of 64. Still not quite enough for most of the needs, I reckon, but it'll do for now. Oh, do we actually... Oh, we do get some supplies thanks to the... And there's a lot of submarines probably sinking stuff over here. And or over here. Or, actually, might be at Suez. Well, I can hear some bombardment going somewhere. From a coastal ship. I don't... Oh, we're bombarding over there. Yeah. There's 5 garrisons plus a 1 French infantry there. That's not going to be too bad. I'm buying some more industrial goods from Iran, as per usual. We're still sort of hovering around 10 billion total cash. Which, it's decent enough, I'd say. I mean, I suppose what I could have done is land some engineers in there to speed up the construction process, but it's going to be fine. It's going to take a little bit of time for us to get this anyway. We'll probably land it somewhere over... Well, actually, probably not there. Over here is probably where we should be landing. So that we can take the industrial complex first. Or from this side, I suppose. Works as well. Right, but we do want to take this island. And after that, I mean, that once we've liberated all 3 of these, that's going to be another 3 countries into the Warsaw Pact. We are still definitely the underdog in terms of numbers. You know, we might have to do some more liberations of like France and West Germany and all that sort of stuff. I mean, if we could unite the Germanys together, then that could certainly help, assuming that it happens under East Germany. As we are selling a lot of electric power again. How is our... Okay, unemployment is 3.9%. Inflation is only 6.4%. That's not too bad. We might want to let the unemployment rise up a little bit further. But that's not a bad start. By any means. What are you offering? You offering to buy some timber? Sure, we'll start auto-accepting your good trade deals. If you're giving some of the money that I gave you for the various treaties back, then I'm okay with that. So which one of you had the infantry? You've got some infantry, so I'm just going to unload you there. Bombardment has started, so this should be fairly quick. And Albania has moved to non-aligned. Alright, Albania. How about I give you something that you need? Like a bit of petroleum. I don't know, we'll give 10 million barrels. I'll even give that 3. Because we got quite a bit of it. Oh, there we go. It's now at least leaning towards us. And sounds like the combats have started. Well, started and ended. That was quick. We don't control any of this, so we might as well move these out of the way. And hopefully these will be able to conduct the fight. Oh wow, yeah, we are doing pretty good damage with these troops. Although one of them is actually taking quite a heavy damage, but I think we'll still win this combat very shortly. Because some of them already get in there. And then we've liberated yet another country. Now we'll need to get the transit treaty from them as well.
We took their capital.
That should not be a problem. Liberate. And then immediately... we'll actually put in... full transit treaty and non-aggression pact. I'm assuming that they will take that deal. So they are fighting North Vietnam still, technically speaking. 200 million? Alright. At least you'll have a bit of cash to spend to buy materials from me, so... could be a lot worse. Right, let's just get in the ships here. Resupply. The now Warsaw Pact Alliance. So how many do we have total? We've got 18 total thus far. Once we get the last one over here dealt with, then that's going to be 19. Then Madagascar is going to be number 20. If we can keep everyone that is still part of the Warsaw Pact in Warsaw Pact, then that at least should work. I could technically shuffle some of the infantry around from one of these, like... Well, I suppose we do still have one group with infantry, which can take on something. Maybe we'll just head down this way now. Especially with the proper ships, but we'll leave this ship over there just to be ready to carry the troops in. It's just we need to wait a little bit with the units before we transport them. And I suppose what I could do over here is take some of the submarines and send them towards the port here. Make sure that they don't get anyone in there. And sounds like the submarines are busy again somewhere. Could be... oh yeah, it's definitely down here. Let's send this one back to resupply over there, and then we'll send another one of these to take its place. So Gibraltar is definitely blockaded, that's for sure. And then once we take in Madagascar and all that, we might focus our forces to... technically speaking, we could try to go around the Africa, although there's no guarantee that it would realistically speaking work. Or we could go through Mediterranean and start landing in my French Senegal, and then take Mali and French West Africa and all that, and liberate those. So basically just getting more and more nations to join our faction. Some of them will get their independence in due time, I reckon. With whether we liberate them or not. But if we liberate them, then we can make sure that they are of our ideology, and thus we'll be able to, you know, expand our faction. That's about it, really. Okay, I think it's time for us to move these closer to the port. Once we capture the port, which is just waiting for these transports to arrive, then we shall start landing the troops that we have there, and we'll start transporting some of the troops over. Oh, that's another ship sank, and oh, there's another one over here going through. That's heading to probably over there, actually, or it could be heading down this way as well, for all we know. So it's just mostly waiting for the troops to arrive. Then we do need to repair that area. How much do we have? We don't have a massive industrial goods production, or a buffer of industrial goods rather. Oh, there's a transport coming in. We can damage it. And once it sails around here, the submarines will take care of it. Or did it? Oh, it may have unloaded already, because that technically is... if that's an ocean province, then the port doesn't matter which way it faces. Well, you know, the bombardment at least is working. We've got 3 capital ships doing the bombardment, and we've got one more that could do a lot of damage, but it doesn't have the range to do most of it. Let's just go ahead and get the transports closer. We'll start landing over here, so we'll be able to get a little bit of sort of buffer zone over here, plus clear out the port already. So which one was it? You got the infantry, so how about you unload there? Start getting those closer. We should have a bit of artillery. We've got a bit of engineers and infantry there, so I'll just unload you 3 there. And take these. Get down that way. Then we got the artillery group. Oh, well, that's a combat engineer one as well. Unload you as well. And then we got the artillery and a bit of infantry, so unload you. And we got the environmental recognition research. Did we have the... oh yeah, we probably did have the next tech already in the research queue. Waste management, that is. That's going to reduce the pollution levels a little bit and increase healthcare rating. So that is actually quite useful. If we have a look at that healthcare rating, it's 91.2%. So not too bad. Could be better, but it's decent enough, I would say. Unemployment is... oh, inflation is going up again, actually. Let's send in the troops from here. We should be able to clear those out. And of course, if we bring in the artillery from this side to get into the middle there, we might actually send one of these over there. And one will stay with the artillery, actually. Oh man, the garrisons don't stand a chance here. Alright, let's get into the port. And we got this, the catapult systems. That's going to be more towards the carriers, I believe. But we didn't actually unlock any new technology from there. So it's a bit of a shame. Haven't unlocked any new tank techs yet. But I suppose the armor design level 5 is still in the research queue. Well, we haven't started researching it yet. But luckily we've got a couple more techs over here that will be done very shortly. Although this one's going to unlock the high performance composites. So that is going to be done or underway soon enough, I reckon. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring in these actually just here. And then you shall start unloading. There's some troops over there that are rather damaged, so we'll just have them stay in the city itself. But the infantry can go or move out, and we've got the submarines over there, we've got our capital ships, we can probably move them in. At least a little bit, and then we'll just send one of the escorts to clear out the remaining of this northern area. Because no doubt at this stage, there's going to be other nations sending their troops into Madagascar as well. Not necessarily massive amounts, but sufficient amounts to cause problems. But in the meanwhile, what we can do is we can just grab most of this. Don't need to move in formation. And send them sea transport over here. That one can go down south. Just keep moving. Basically, the next place is going to be probably that one. I don't think we'll have the supplies to reach down there yet. We should probably get the garrison up fully over here, and then we'll just quickly do the repairs in the battle zone, so that we'll at least repair the port and the airfield. Could maybe get a barracks there as well. It's fairly cheap, and it will be useful. And while we conquer this land, we'll probably start constructing the road to connect through here, through probably the industrial complex, and into this road network here. And then I suppose we could technically have another road going towards the airfield there, and through the villages in here, connecting all the way there eventually. So, you know, we'll do some good in here as well, in addition to converting them to our ideology. Right, so then let's take another group of troops. You can unload there. That's 3 units that will have at least full strength, while those 3 don't, although they are repairing. And then what else do we have? We got some more tanks. So unload those. Let's move these. Oh, the infantry down south. What I should probably do actually is leave the combat engineers over here to focus on the road construction, so that we can get the roads built a bit faster. Now, I don't think we actually have any supplies there yet, so we can't construct that. The infantry's going past there. You can go past that way. We'll maybe take a couple of tanks to the eastern flank. Do we have more troops to land? We do. That's a couple more tanks. Oh, right. Austria is still buying our resources as well. Treaty integrity is 64.3. That's not too bad. We still haven't gotten the port over here done, but I suppose what we could do is we could send this one next to the area already, so as soon as we do have that done, which is going to be in about a week. A little bit more than that, but it's getting closer and closer. We have no supplies in here. Right, so it's very slowly starting to spread. Well, we got a little bit of supplies in there at least, so we might have to spend some time just waiting here. Oh, right, what did we have here? Oh, we got an AA unit as well. Let's just unload that. And we capture all of this and bring in the ships back here. Might actually move them further south. Slowly but surely get along here. Maybe we can support on the assault against the airfield down there. But yeah, Madagascar will take quite some time. Not because there's necessarily a lot of enemies, but because it's going to be very low supplies most of the area. So that is taking a lot of time and effort. Now, one thing that did actually happen between the episodes was that Malaya got their independence. And we're trying to trade with them a little bit. Actually, we should probably just put in the automatic trade with them for good trade deals. They could use a bit of coal, I reckon. It's not necessarily particularly valuable for them. They got 320... Okay, so they probably have quite a large usage. I'm just going to give them like 25,000 tons per day for 90 days. Just to start getting a bit more relations with them. But they got a lot of rubber production. And if we can bring those or them closer to us, then we can just buy our rubber from there if need be. At least in theory. Now, actually, how good is the availability of... There is quite good availability in the market for the rubber. So we don't need to worry about that too much. The production cost is still pretty high for us, but we only have synthetic rubber anyway. We might take a little bit more of these troops. Let's actually take something like these, and then the artillery. We'll leave most of the rest of these in there, but let's just start transporting these over. And our reinforcements are going around the Horn of Africa right now. Well, the first wave of reinforcements anyway, so it will probably take quite some time before we actually get the rest of them in here. But I think that army is going to be already sufficient to conquer most of this. Ooh, right, we got the new bomber design. Diplomatic offer from United States. They want to buy some timber from me. Okay. If USA wants to trade, then I'm okay with that. Although if I... it might also backfire, now that I think of it. Right, so composite or high performance composite is going to be the next tech that is going to start researching, I think. At least the Albert Designs level 5 is slowly being made. And then satellite is 100 days away, so we'll get a little bit closer in the space race. We are falling quite a bit behind right now, though. I think we are currently at like 12% progress, and NASA is already like 27. So they got more than double what we have. Oh, we're selling a lot of consumer goods for, well, I did a bit of consumer goods for Chile. Right, have we managed to get any supplies in here? We have started getting supplies here. So let's just go ahead and start building the road. We can build down there and then we can split it up a little bit. That should work quite nicely. And then these can start pushing forward. We've got supplies in there already, so it's not going to be abandoning the territory necessarily. Bring the AA guns over there as well, and the tanks can maybe just... It's not really the best terrain for tanks, but we'll have some tanks in the middle here. They can sort of go back and forth quite quickly overall, and then we've got another few tanks. We'll leave the combat engineer there to help with the road construction. And these can maybe link up over there. Are we getting... we could try getting the... line of sight treaty from Mayotte, and then maybe also over here. Oh right, these are mostly repaired by now. What I suppose I could actually do is just use the sea transport from here. Transport them over. It was mostly to let them repair there a little bit. And then this transport can then be joined up with the rest of these. Just waiting over there. We'll move the ships down south a little bit again. Move the engineers into the center bit there, because that one's building the road, this one's building the road, and that one. So it's 4 places that will be able to speed up the construction of the road. Not necessarily massively speed up, but it will still help. So do we have any supplies here? We've got 4%. So we're going to maybe push a little bit further. I'll actually split these tanks here for the time being. I think the infantry will do just fine clearing out the enemy troops for the most part. Let's just move in the ships further south so we can make sure that it doesn't... Oh, right. That's... okay. It will flip hands eventually. Oh, and USA is offering to buy more timber. They're offering... oh, wow. They're offering 276 million, and the requested value is about 29 million. Sure. If I can start leeching the money off of United States, then I'll take it. Ah, there we go. The reinforcements have arrived, so let's just take a lot of these tanks at 6. We'll take one of the older ones as well. And just start sending them in here. We'll be able to capture a lot of the places with those fairly rapidly. Because they deal a lot of damage and they don't take quite as much damage themselves. Then we'll start gathering up another group to start attacking with. Take this group. I can hear a lot of Air Force action, but it's probably in Korea again. Oh, yep. Oh, wait, no, this is... Oh, it's over here. Right. There's American spy in Korea. Speaking of Korea, they got a lot of money. Let's do the mutual defense, and also... North Vietnam, can I do deals with you? You don't want the missile defense. What about... No criminal stuff. Or the extradition of criminals, rather. Free flow of labor force, no. Formal alliance, maybe? Nope. We got free trade with them already. I suppose we could sell them something. Do they need any sort of resources? They could use maybe a bit of timber. Not that they necessarily need it, but they could use it. So we've gotten some troops, and that one is now 3 days away. The village is being repaired. So then we'll just do the landing over here. It's not going to be too difficult, I reckon. And let's just use these tanks to capture the next place. So we'll start building up the road down that way soon enough. Let's go. Wow, that is really quick. Okay, let's just get in there. And then we'll just start building the road. going through here. Then I suppose we should also start building the road going along this side. Let's see if we can just take out the airfield with the tanks already. And then let's just move these further south. We could start utilizing the escort over here. Right, we've unloaded all the troops from those already, so let's just take the escort. Start going around here to clearing out more of the sea zones down that way. So we brought in the ships, and together with the tanks, that is actually quite effective. Come on then, just one more. Oh, we ran out of supplies, didn't we? Well, not fully. We are getting some supplies, but it's not very quick. Then we'll just need to... I suppose what I can do, I can send these to move into the airfield already. These can just wait there for some supplies to be brought in. But with that, we are unfortunately out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.